Aspie, this is obviously a 10-year documentary. If you were making this about yourself, what would you call it?
A decade in blue. I have to do the job for you.
He's got that characteristics now that put him as a leader.
Oh, where's he pulled that from?
There's no one I can think of that's a better professional. He's a role model.
He does it as the most committed player in the world with the biggest heart.
Brilliant! Absolutely brilliant. Azpilicueta glancing home, captain's goal. Two and a bit left. Mata's corner. Drogba! It's a goal of destiny!
In 2012, when the first Champions League arrived, against the odds in Munich.
Buries it! Chelsea win the Champions League!
I think the trophy that everybody at Chelsea wanted to achieve.
Chelsea are the champions of Europe!
It was a big task to keep winning trophies, but that's why I came here. I wanted to be part of the success.
The cup belongs to Chelsea again. It doesn't seem real, but it is.
You could see how successful this team was with amazing players, amazing characters. You could see that they were a team, that they were winning a lot of trophies. You know, I was fully confident that we could keep winning trophies. That's why I came here, and of course repeating the history. So when the possibility to came to Chelsea, I spoke to Juan Mata over the phone, because of course when you arrive to a new country, new dressing room, to have a close connection like Juan and Oriol Romeo as well, that we were playing together in the Olympic Games, that helped me a lot to arrive.
I'm very happy to play for Chelsea. The first day is very nice. I hope to stay here so much time.
Well, my first time here 10 years ago, of course you are nervous because you get into a big club like Chelsea. You want to do well. It was nearly the end of the transfer window. I knew I was not a big signing, but I wanted to create history and start my journey.
The League Cup campaign begins for Chelsea this evening, and there are debuts for Cesar Azpilicueta at right back and Brazilian Lucas Piazon in midfield.
I remember I was really nervous because there was a lot of amazing players in the dressing room, and the first thing John told me, was that of course welcome, and anything I needed, he was there to help me.
When he first came in, he made a big impression within the group. His attitude on a day-to-day basis in training was, I have to say, probably one of the best that I've come across in football in my whole career. His work ethic was incredible. He'd kind of be in the gym before, get in early, have his breakfast. The preparation was superb. And a real example, actually, to not only the older players within the group, but the younger kids of our academy.
His role he plays in teaching the people around him how to be a professional. Like, there's no one I can think of that's a better professional. The way he works, the way he looks after himself, the way he is with other players, young players, senior players. He's just he's a role model.
Yeah, I remember when I first trained in the first team. Obviously, Aspie was there. You can just see that presence, that leadership he's got. Those are the players you want to be looking up to, and yeah, he's always talking on the pitch, always commanding, and that's why he's captain now. He's always had it.
First manager I had was Roberto Di Matteo. He always tried to help me in the situations, even when I was not playing a lot, but in the training sessions when he could see something that I could improve, he came to me and helped me. Also when I was on the bench, he was always trying to help me also with experiences of the atmosphere of the Premier League, the pace of the Premier League. And then I started to play, and when he left, I was playing quite regularly, and of course I will be forever grateful because he's a Chelsea legend, and he helped me to be here today where I am. My first Chelsea trophy arrived in 2013. I was young, my first experience in a European final, and winning in the last minute with Branislav goal was a lot of emotions.
Ivanovic! It's there! Branislav Ivanovic wins the Europa League for Chelsea Football Club. Stunning, stunning drama right at the depth in Amsterdam.
We were really happy to end the season at least with a trophy in our hands.
The Europa League winners for 2013. It's a beautiful trophy, and it's coming to Stamford Bridge. Blue is the colour in Amsterdam.
So 9 years after he first arrived at Stamford Bridge, Jose Mourinho is back. Back in his dugout, in his stadium, with his people. The first manager in the history of Chelsea Football Club ever to return for a second spell.
Well, I was really excited when Jose was back because, of course, I knew what he did for the club in his first spell.
Give Chelsea the title!
You know, I will be forever grateful to him because he made me learn a lot in football, to learn how to behave as well on the pitch, off the pitch, and it was a winner that you could learn every single time from him, even though sometimes he was really tough. When you were not performing well enough, he was the first to point on you and to make you react and be better. I started to play left back as well with Jose, and I got to play more and more games in this position, thinking of getting Ashley's position, the best left back in England that we have seen, and see how he reacted, how he helped me.
That was the unlucky one to kind of lose my starting lineup through him. But as a guy and as a player, he was always dedicated, always one of the first ones in. He's got that characteristics now that put him as a leader. What he's achieved has been marvellous. And as a guy, I'm very happy for him.
I can only say good words about him because he was amazing with me, and he helped me a lot to get into the rhythm of Chelsea as well, of competing and winning trophies. It arrived on 2015, the League Cup against Tottenham, a final that we couldn't lose.
Look who scored it! Here's Costa, looking for that sniffer goal, and deflection, and he's done it!
Great final, great atmosphere, and of course we're happy to get the season early with a trophy.
It's Chelsea's day at Wembley, and surely this is just the start of something very special indeed.
He's missed it, but the rebound is in. 1-0 Chelsea, one step closer to the title. Whistles all around the stadium. Chelsea are the champions. The best in the country by a country mile.
The big one, the Premier League. As a kid, you dream to win this trophy. Was from game one up to the end. We were top of the table. We won it with 3 games in hand, and you know, it was something that we were really proud, and we had an amazing group. We had a long summer, a long break after success. You know, we won the League Cup and the Premier League. So that, I think, we found really hard to pick up the pace again.
It's in there towards Andy Carroll, and the substitute has scored.
Once you win, everybody wants to chase you and to grab your spot.
And still, Christian Benteke, game over surely.
And I felt that we were not ready, and then when the results were not there, We lost a bit of confidence. When things are not going well, we have to look at ourselves and analyze what we can do better.
It's 3. Fernandinho drills it into the corner.
It's the season where we finish lower in a lot of time, and to be here and leave it was difficult.
Shot from McLean, 2-2. And West Brom may well have pinched a point.
From those moments you learn as well, and we came back really strong the season after.
I'm excited for this moment and to start a new season with Chelsea.
I was learning a lot every day with him. He gave me that confidence to be in the team. He was obsessed with the movements, with the position. We were rewatching every game, every movement, where you can do better. We started with a system. It was different. It was 4-2-4. And, we didn't go away in the pre-season. We changed 4-3-3. Then we started to win some games. I was playing left back at the time.
It's Costa, he scored!
And I think everything changed on the day we lost against Arsenal, 3-0.
For Ozil on the volley, it's 3.
A few days after, he told me, you're going to play centre-back on the right. We went into a winning 13 games in a row.
Broken here for Azpilicueta, and he's rifled it in.
We didn't concede a goal for 5-6 games.
Again, Azpilicueta with the defending.
And look what it means to them. Pulled back by Azpilicueta in! Michy Batshuayi, the unlikely hero, and Chelsea are 8 minutes from glory.
Winning the league after finishing 10th in the season before was a great achievement.
Cesar Azpilicueta hasn't missed a minute. He's played in every game in every competition, but he's the only man to have played in every Premier League match, and he's completed 90 on all 38 occasions.
Well, he's Mr. Consistent. I think everyone looks at him and says, he's a 7 out of 10 every week. For me, he's not. He's a 9, 10 out of 10 every game. To maintain that level and play and stay fit for as long as he does, and the intensity that he does as well, is incredible. And I've always said to him, if you had 11 of him, you'd have an unbelievable team.
My relationship with John Terry was very good since the first day. I learned so much. I learned every day in the dressing room, the way he trained every day, when we played together, especially when I was playing as a left back. He was playing left centre back, so on the pitch, it was every training session, every game was joy to learn, to help him, because the amount of experience, the amount of quality, everything he achieved in the game was amazing. So to have this opportunity for me was like a masterclass.
Eden Hazard, the best player of the Premier League.
Yeah, maybe in the world.
My relationship with him, I sat down with him, next to him for 7 years. We were neighbors. We had a very close relationship.
He gave everything for the club. He's helped me a lot, when we came first. So yeah, he's a top gentleman. He's competitive, every day in training, in the game, even when he's playing FIFA. So, like I say, we need this kind of mentality. Sometimes if you lose, you don't care, but it's not the case. It's not the case with him. He's every time he wants more.
Of course, sad to see him leaving, but amazing what we achieved together and the relationship that we still have, and he's a very good friend.
A London derby, 2,500 miles from home. It's Chelsea versus Arsenal, but not as we know it.
Of course, in Baku, lifting my first trophy as leading the team. Of course, I was the vice captain of Gary Cahill. In that day, I played in the final. He was always very calm in the dressing room. He told me today, I'm gonna make you champions.
And he may well have secured the trophy for the Blues. Here goes Hazard, and he's found Giroud. Angle's not great, worked it back to Eden Hazard! Neighbour on the the trophy.
We were not having the easiest season, and winning that trophy was special.
Barely a season goes by that there's not silverware with the name Chelsea Football Club etched onto it. And 2018-19 is no different.
We had a great night after winning the Europa League in Baku. Enjoying the night. I think it was the first time I saw him dancing, and something not easy to forget.
During the season, we lost the Community Shield, we lost the Carabao Cup, which was painful, and then we went to Baku against Arsenal. We had a very, very, very demanding season. We had to cope with a lot of critics. So to go there, and I think maybe that trophy was the one that I felt more relief, to lift that trophy against Arsenal. I think was that maybe I celebrated, the emotions. They were more intense even than the Champions League.
Azpi's captain, and that was clear at the start of the season, and I think his professionalism and the career here speaks for itself.
We played together 2 years here in Chelsea. My first 2 years, we kept in touch, and then he became my manager. So, since the beginning, he knew very well what was Chelsea about. It was my first season as a full captain, and we tried to work together, to be successful. That year, Reece was coming back from a loan in Wigan, which he had an amazing spell there. Healthy competition is always welcome. That push you to the limits and brings you the best of you. So I was very pleased to see Reece that year as well. Fikayo, Tammy, and Mason. It was amazing to see that the academy could bring a lot of players to the first team.
Azpi, as a captain, is always easy to talk to, whether it be anything off the pitch, on the pitch. We cross paths around the training ground, and you either have banter or he's giving you some advice. So it's always a good conversation with Azpi. You're always going to get something out of it, either a laugh or some good advice to take with you for the future.
The first conversation I have when someone comes in is, of course, to welcome them, that I'm here to help them anyway. Your role as well as captain is to see whether you can help, even if without telling you that you can help in difficult situations.
Primeiramente, a liderança dele, né? Eu acho que é um cara muito presente no nosso vestiário, é um cara que incentiva bastante, fala bastante. Cara, é um cara que tem um caráter ímpar, assim, sabe? É bem íntegro, um cara verdadeiro, um cara que te fala a verdade. É um super amigo, super parceiro de time. Eu acredito que, sendo assim, ele seja um grandíssimo pai, um grande marido, sabe?
The 2020 FA Cup.
When defeats arrive, we are a club that we want to win everything.
Oh, what a strike!
So when bad moments arrive, how to behave, how to get back into track.
Benzema's found some space, it's Benzema, it's in. Heartbreak for Chelsea.
Because it's part of life, it's part of football, and when sometimes happens, you have to be ready for it, lift everybody up and go together for the next one.
The 141st FA Cup final is going to be decided by penalty kicks. Oh, he's hit the post!
It's tough moments, of course, first for myself, which I'm normally used to shoot on the penalty shootout and to miss, of course, it's hard because you work hard to get the opportunity and to do well, and it didn't. And for Mason, of course, it's tough. It's a young player, but you have to be there together. We do this together always, when we win, when we lose. It's part of football. With Thomas, the relationship is amazing. I mean, since he arrived, we found the connection, to be his captain and to be on the pitch and win trophies.
And the captain scores the first goal of the Tuchel reign.
I believe strongly in the power of captains. Azpi was like Frank Lampard before, like John Terry before. He was the guy that makes total sense that he plays in blue and is the captain. It's logic because he resembles everything what I personally combine with Chelsea is humble. 100% in any game, no difference who the opponent is, no difference if it's a friendly game or if it's a cup final, simply no difference, just be there, be professional, leave your heart, leave your 100% intensity out there on the pitch. With a humble personality, super nice guy, you cannot wish for more. Is for me, is like I can only say it from my heart, is what you can wish for is when you become a coach to have captains like this. This makes the job worth it, and this is a real pleasure.
You joined Chelsea in 2012, straight after the club had won the Champions League. I'm guessing that when you joined, you would hope that you would have a chance to win the Champions League with Chelsea. You've won everything else with them. But they've reached the semi-final in 2014 and for 7 years haven't got past the last 16 stage. Has the Champions League been the only slight disappointment so far of your Chelsea career, and has it not really been good enough, that run?
Well, obviously, when I joined Chelsea in 2012 after winning the Champions League, of course, my aim was to repeat that, and yeah, it's something that sticks inside, and every year when the chance comes, I want to go farther. We want to make history, and we have it in front of us. Of course I was nervous. We all know that we are playing a Champions League final, but you cannot let the emotions affect you.
Destiny calls for Chelsea and Manchester City. Here we go. And Mount and Havertz is through here. He's round Edison and he must score. He has scored! Immortality beckons if Chelsea can hold on. It's really dangerous. It's a brilliant and typical Azpilicueta challenge.
I think the last chance that Mahrez had.
And Mendy was rooted to the floor.
And he goes over the bar. That's when my heart stopped for a bit because it was the last minute. But of course, when you see the ball coming from Ederson and it goes into Edu's hands, and you are just waiting for a whistle.
All eyes on you, ref! Chelsea Football Club champions of Europe!
And that moment when the ref whistles, everything goes through your head. Then there's no time for a lot of things. You enjoy with your team, with the family. We had their lifting the trophy.
Those young guns of 2021 are the kings of the continent.
There are a lot of memories that, of course, that's why we live for. That's what we want to live, these kind of experiences, to see happy faces, to have the chance to lift the Champions League trophy was something that I was dreaming as a kid, and to live it was amazing. Winning every single trophy is not easy, of course. The last one was the Club World Cup. And that trophy, it means a lot as well, because it's the first time in the history to do it, and it was a lot of emotions going on, and we did it together.
Alongside Azpi, I think we have so many good memories together, and when you win something with someone, I think the relationship gets better and better.
After the Club World Cup, I think everything went so fast, with the sanctions that hit the club, the situation about my contract that was different to what I had before. So I've been very honest, and I always stay committed to the club. I played my games. I triggered the clause. I wanted to help the club, my home, until the last
day, hopefully in a few years' time. And now the full focus is on the new challenges that we have ahead. I think sometimes you have to take the decision, and I'm really proud to take the decision to stay here in my home. We have coped with very difficult situations the last few years. I wanted to show my leadership and stick everybody together, and now I'm fully confident that we have very good times ahead, and I want to be part of them.
É um cara que realmente assim nos inspira, porque não é fácil você passar tanto tempo num clube grande como o Chelsea, sabe? Eu passei 8 anos no Paris e eu achava que era muito. O Aspel vai fazer 10 anos de casa, sabe? Então acho que a gente tem que seguir esses exemplos assim de pessoas íntegras, verdadeiras, que eu acho que merece tudo de bom. Você planta o bem, você colhe o bem, não tem como dar errado. Se ele tá colhendo todos essas coisas agora é porque ele plantou muito bem lá atrás e porque ele é esse cara ímpar que eu tenho orgulho de ser parceiro dele no dia a dia.
The nice thing is that he does it as not the most talented player in the world, but as the most devoted player, most committed player in the world, with the biggest heart. He just lives up to the fullest. He's such an example as a team player. He makes everybody look good. He never thinks about himself. He thinks about the team and about his teammates. So happy that this is possible, that you collect all trophies, that you finally become captain of a huge club in Europe. It's just simply a beautiful story, and there are no words to describe this achievement.
The love from the fans, what I learned from every manager, the staff that works here. I arrived here, I had 2 dogs. Now I have 2 dogs, I have 3 kids. My personal life changed as well. So it's my whole life here, really. I want to achieve more, and I can learn every single day from everybody.